Hey guys, it's Thursday 24th of June 2021. Quick look at the high priority news, and in about an hour's time from now, just over 12 p.m. UK time, we've got GBP news, asset purchase facility, MPC asset purchase facility vote monetary policy summary. By the way, guys, this is all off forexfactory.com/calendar. If you ever want to know what any of these means, you can just click on the detail here and it'll give you a bit of an explanation. Sometimes a bit more of an explanation than other times, but you can have a little quick read there. But volatility could be happening at 12 o'clock depending on what is said here. Quick look at pound USD actually, because it is an interesting one. Pound USD, or cable as it's commonly known in the trading world, is at an area of resistance, and that being that big number 1.400. We've seen here previously on a number of occasions it's come into the zone and it's found as a price of resistance, or an area of resistance I should say, and we've seen sellers come in. We did break, okay, we broke above, so there was a demand at some point. This was 10th of May 2021, and then we broke below it, and now we're retesting it again. So there's nothing to say that this couldn't break to the upside still, okay, but it could also break to the downside. This is where we should be really either staying out of the market or having a plan in place. What if this is going to reverse? Okay, what are you going to be looking for? You're going to be looking for a daily bearish candle. Are you on trading H4 and you want to see a break of a trend line, a CTL? If I just draw this in like there's your CTL, your counter trend line, or your trend line, depending on how you want to look at it. In fact, that would be my trend on there. So it's actually broken it, but looking at price action, it hasn't changed trend, has it? We've got this low, we've got this higher low, got this higher low, higher lows here. I mean, right at this moment, I can see price is finding a little bit of support, minor support at this level. And I suspect that the market will hold in this kind of won't really do much actually until at least after the news has happened. So the market's probably just waiting to see, you know, what is said at 12 o'clock. So what are you looking for? Have a plan in place, you know. And if this does have a nice solid close above 1.4, okay, what are you going to look for to get in long? Are you going to look for that impulse, another correction, maybe testing 1.4, maybe something like that, and then looking to get in here? Okay, so have a little think. It's in an interesting area, could go either way. Again, I think it could be dependent on what is said at 12 o'clock, but we will have to wait and see. So interesting area indeed. We talked about the dollar index yesterday, or I did, I should say. Looked at the 4-hour and noticed an evening star pattern forming. I don't think it had finished forming when I recorded the video, I'm not too sure, but here, look, evening star, we've got support, broken, evening star at what was support now became resistance. We did see price push down around about 91.5, somewhere around there. Let's just have a little look. 91.51, just off. Okay, but we've come back in and we're still seeing sellers there. My feeling is, looking at the chart, that 91.4 is an area where this will gravitate to. Okay, it was an area of support here, it was an area of resistance here. We've had a big move here. Okay, so there's a big buying sentiment here, but even after big moves there has to be a correction. So 91.4 seems a logical place for this to push into, and then we decide, or the market will decide, okay, do we want to start buying from here, or what are we going to do? So that has been seen in Euro USD. Okay, we saw this Nice morning star pattern here, coming off. If I just draw it in for you, this was resistance, support. Okay, morning star support, price pushed up. So some of you may have taken that, pushed up, and you would have been in profit, but that momentum just hasn't been maintained for one reason or another. We won't know exactly, but if you had have taken that morning star pattern there, you'd just be in a tiny bit of loss now. Coming into break even, your stop would have been under here. But I still like this. If I've got dollar index, you know, looking to move towards that $91.4 zone, then that tallies up with euro dollar. As you can see, it's just the upside down version. I'm just going to do something for you here, guys. I'm not too sure whether you know, but I've just inverted the euro chart. But we've got this 1.2. Basically 1.2 is the euro USD version, if you like, of the dollar index at 91.4. Could think of a better way of putting that. I'm sure there'll be a better way of explaining that, but when the dollar index gets to 91.4, we'd expect euro dollar to be in that 1.2 region. So, you know, that's targets for me on this particular currency pair, and we'll see, do we get there or not. It's still, you know, look at the cycles. We have an impulse. Well, we have let's say we have a low, we have a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Still got a higher low here. There's no change in cycle yet, so that's still looking good. Looked at pound. I want to show you Aussie USD because I want to show you where it's at. Okay, Aussie USD is at a previous area of support now. Okay, now this could become resistance. We could start to see a weakness in the Australian dollar. So another one of interest to watch. Looking at these last 4-hour candles, it's absolutely done nothing, has it? Look at them. There's nothing really going on at all. Look at the real bodies. That's the colored bit of the candle. Look how, you know, how close the open and closes are, regardless of the color. The open and closes are just so close together. Wait for the market to make a decision, okay? And when the market makes a decision on this, it should become pretty evident. Don't trade moving candles. Wait for closed candles, because you can see this is pushed up. It's been a false break, pushed up, pushed down. Okay, might be recommended here to wait for closed candles, but very, very interesting area, and watching to see what happens. Now with the Australian dollar against the US dollar at support, which could become resistance, I just wanted to show you the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, because this is also at an area of what could be resistance. Okay, this was support here. As you can see, we've broken, came into another support zone here, pushed up, and this could be resistance. We could break back down to test this level. We could equally break to the upside. Who knows? But again, you know, looking at AUD, USD, Aussie USD, and Aussie yen, I would favor the downside. Okay, I'd be looking for downside, but you do have to be open. Okay, have a bias, but be open to the fact that you could be wrong, and then identify when you are wrong, and then you can change your bias and decide if you want to trade that particular currency pair or asset. Okay, so that's really important. Don't ever be so fixated that you can't realize when you're wrong. Okay, and then adapt your thinking. Okay, change your way of thinking. So preferences to the downside. Will that happen? We don't know. We need to see a change of cycle. Whether you want to use moving averages, okay, whether you want to just physically see a change of cycle, you know, price is pretty much flattened out here, just like on Aussie dollar, US dollar, flat price action, nothing happening. So, you know, what is going to happen? Let's just have a little quick look at the news for tomorrow. Just wonder if there's any Aussie news coming out. No, actually, there's no high priority Aussie news coming out tomorrow. So yeah, it could have been a news event, but we'll have to wait and see. The market will decide which way it wants to take this. Yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. So watch AUD JPY, AUD USD for clues on the next move. Euro USD, my thoughts are it's on its way to 1.2. GBP USD, very interesting point at the moment, could go either way. I favor downside, but with the news happening later, it could go either way. Have a look at the chart, see what you think, what is your personal view, what is your personal bias, and then decide if you want to trade. Always use good risk management, guys. It's really, really important. Okay. I know a few traders who have blown their accounts. Use a position size calculator. Okay, and don't be risking any more than 2%. Okay, 2% maximum of your capital on any one trade, preferably less, 1% or less. Okay. If you do that, if you keep on doing that each of your trades, it's going to be very hard to lose all of your capital. And the reason I say that is because you have a number of losing trades. When you place your next trade, okay, you're calculating 1% of a smaller value. So each time you're risking a smaller amount of money. Okay, but even then, if you're on a losing streak, you can start risking 0.5%. Okay, or 0.25% until you build yourself back up. So I just went off on a little bit of a tangent there, just because I had a discussion with a trader the other day about risk management. So I just thought I'd drop that in for you. Have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.